Hello everyone, we are from State University of Jakarta, Public Sector Accounting Study Program, Group 2. Before we start, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Dede Agni Ramadhani.
My name is Faiza Putri Alzahra.
My name is Siti Rizky Herunisa.
I am Felicia Destieza.
My name is Yasmin Dwi Hanifah.
Here we want to present the results of the poster that we have made on the topic of central government tax revenue.
Okay, the first is an introduction. Central government tax revenues are the main source of state income to finance infrastructure development and public service. However, challenge arise in implementing tax policies, especially PMK 66 2023 concurring in-kind benefits and increase in value-add tax. One of the main problems is the incompatibility of PMK 66 2023 with the HPP law and PP 55 2022, which cause confusion for taxpayers regarding reporting in kind and enjoyment. In addition, the lack of legal certainty in technical aspects makes tax obligation difficult to understand, while the in-kind assessment process is quite complicated. The increase in the VAT rate from 11% to 12% in 2025 is expected to increase production costs, reduce people purchasing power, and potentially increase inflation, which could slow down economic activity, especially for small business and low-income people. Therefore, an in-depth evaluation of this policy is very important so that tax revenue remain optimal without burdening society and the economic sector.
Next, problems in implementing PMK 66 2023 concerning natural benefit. Point 1. Regulatory incompatibility. PMK 66 2023 conflicts with the law on harmonization of tax regulation and government regulation 55 2022, creating legal confusion for taxpayers regarding the imposition of income tax 21. Point 2. Legal vacuum. There is no legal certainty in important aspects, such as determining location and reporting procedure, making it difficult to understand tax obligation. Point 3. Valuation complexity. The process of assessing tax in kind and or enjoyment is complicated, with unclear classification of object adding to the difficulty of calculation. Point 4, or the last point, principle of justice and administration. Implementation does not reflect fairness and ease of administration, where tax obligations do not correspond to the beneficiary ability to pay.
The next is implementation solution of PMK 66 of 2023 on natural benefits. The first is regulatory harmonization. Provide PMK 66 of 2023 with higher law like tax regulation harmonization law or harmonisasi undang-undang harmonisasi peraturan perpajakan and government regulation number 55 of 2022 and provide clear implementation with lines to avoid confusion. The second is derivative regulation. The government should promptly issue specific regulation defining certain area eligible for exemptions. And collaboration with local government is key to determine the technical criteria for distributing in-kind benefits. The third is simplified valuation and administration. Create a standard valuation table for benefits like company housing or company vehicles. Simplify reporting through digital system like e-billing and reporting to reduce employee burden and automate tax withholding. The last is ability to pay adjustment. Ensure tax burdens don't exceed taxpayers' capacity by applying lower rates or exemption for middle and low income workers. And regular review are needed to maintain fairness and clarity.
Next is issues of fate rate increase from 11% to 12% by 2025. The first one is production and consumption costs. Producers, especially MSMEs, will face increased production costs, which may reduce profitability and competitiveness. Consumers will also be burdened with higher prices of goods and services, reducing purchasing power, especially for the lower middle class. The second is inflation and microeconomics. An increase in Fed has the potential to increase inflation and reduce microeconomic activity. Rising production and distribution costs may reduce investment and demand for goods or services. The third is negative spending. The property sector may face a decline in demand, while people's purchasing power decreases, especially among low to middle income earners, potentially narrowing the economic's room for maneuver. Fourth is socio-political risk. Rising inflation and basic needs prices may trigger socio-political pressures due to people's reduced ability to cope with the economic situation.
Next, there is some solutions to the VAT or value-added tax issue. The first one is adjustment policy. Implement different VAT rates for essential goods and reduce other taxes to protect purchasing power. The second is inflation control. Monitor prices and intervene in the market to prevent excessive inflation and keep essential goods affordable. And the last one is regular evaluation. Conduct ongoing assessments to adjust policies based on economic conditions and public impact.
Okay, so we can conclude that the implementation of PMK 66 2023, concurring in-kind benefits, and the increase in value-added tax rates face obstacles such as incompatibility with high regulation and a complicated assessment process. An increase in VAT from 11% to 12% has the potential to increase production costs and reduce people's purchasing power. Possible solution include harmonization of regulation, simplifying tax reporting, and monitoring price to prevent inflation. It is hoped that policy improvements can make the tax system fair and more efficient without burdening the public.
And here are our references that we used for making this poster. So that's all from us. We sincerely apologize if there are any mistakes, and thank you so much for your attention. Have a good day.